I'm Mark. This is my July review for Gemini Sun sign and Gemini rising. We start the month with Mars making a positive aspect to Chiron in the 11th house. Now with this aspect I could see you fighting for something that you believe in, something humanitarian, something with friends or in a group that you're really passionate about and you put your energy into. On the 4th, there's a more challenging aspect to Chiron, this time from the Sun and the 2nd. This again will involve friends, but this time it could be to do with money. There could be some wound from the past regarding finances that crops up again and that you need to heal that situation. On the 5th, you may feel like you need some excitement, but you're not sure what it is you want. This is because Uranus is in the 12th house of the unconscious, so you may feel this unrest coming through from the unconscious, but you're not sure exactly what it is you want to do. But the good thing is to try something. The good thing is to connect with others, because as well as the Uranus aspect from the Sun, there's also a Venus aspect to the North Node. So someone could come across your path today. Someone could interact with you and give you a clue or give you some guidance as to what direction or what you should be doing at this time. Just be a little bit wary because Neptune makes an aspect to Mercury, and this can cause a little bit of confusion, so just make sure everything is clear in your mind before you make any firm decisions. Between the 6th and the 8th, Venus makes 3 aspects. Now the first is quite a challenging one because it's an opposition to Saturn. This is the kind of day when you'll feel a little bit cold, a little bit unemotional. This is across your 3rd and 9th house, so there could be beliefs that are involved here. Someone could hold a mirror up for you to look into and see yourself. It could be quite a harsh day, and it's a very challenging day where your beliefs and your knowledge is under question. Then on the 6th it's a much better day. There's a positive aspect to Chiron, and you can lean on friends for support. You can expect some free-flowing creative energy between you and friends. It's quite a much more sociable day. Then on the 8th, there's another day where your unconscious will be trying to tell you things. Again, it may want some excitement or want you to do things different, but you won't actually know what to do. So best to go with the flow on this, and if you do pick up anything, follow that through. On the 10th, there's a new moon in Cancer. This is in your 2nd house. Now, there's also a positive aspect to Uranus, who's in your 12th house. So this new moon could be very intuitive. You could get messages or unusual communications coming through from the unconscious or the spirit world. It's very good for emotional clearing as well, and it's good to be near water if you can. Now, the other thing we get with the 2nd house is that finances are heightened. It's a good time to put financial plan into place. It's also a good time to think of ways that you can increase your financial stability. On the 12th, the passionate Venus in Leo catches Mars, literally, and they form a conjunction for 3 days. This is great for love. This is a time when love will be in the air. And if you're in a relationship, communication will be the most important thing because it's in your 3rd house. If you're not in a relationship, communication will still be the most important, and this is how you can attract someone new through your communication. There's also an aspect between Mercury and Jupiter on that day, so again communication is heightened, and Jupiter enlarges everything that it touches, so this is very important at this time that you communicate truly, openly and honestly in all your endeavours. On the 14th, we have a day where you can look at life in a more holistic view, in a more spiritual way. Neptune's in your 10th house of career and your destined path, and you need to examine this and see where you could make things better, where you could make things more whole, more rounded, and more pleasant, enjoyable, and in keeping with who you are. Also, you need to look at the financial side with the Sun and the 2nd to see about your worth. Are you being paid enough for what you value yourself as? Then money is highlighted again on the 18th when the Sun makes an opposition to Pluto. Now there could be a struggle here over resources. You need to sit down and thrash it out and get things sorted. With the Sun Pluto, it's always a danger, so it's not a good day to go in high crime areas or where you might encounter any danger. On the 18th, Jupiter makes a square aspect to the black moon Lilith, and this will last for 10 days. And over this period, to be exact on the 20th, the black moon will move into your sign of Gemini, and also out of the 12th house into your first house. So the black moon moving into the sign of Gemini will cast a shadow, and the shadow here is the shadow of acceptance. So there's time to work with who you are and to be the person you want to be without having the approval or being accepted by others. This is a good time to just be yourself. And also with the first house, it's about reinventing yourself in some way. It's about realigning yourself with who you really are so that you can be true to yourself. And with Jupiter making this square aspect, Jupiter will enlarge that shadow, so there's no way you're going to miss it. It's going to be staring you right in the face, so it's a brilliant time to start working with it. On the 19th, you may feel that you need to help a friend. There may be a friend in need, and that friend has had a wound or a hurt that they would like to share with you. This would be good because you can experience this and you can make a better understanding of how other people are affected by things. Then on the 22nd, the Sun shines a light on that black moon, and you'll be able to see exactly where you need to make changes and what needs to be done. Also on that day, Venus makes an aspect, two aspects in fact, and she'll be very much under temptation. The black moon and Jupiter are both tempting her, so you need to keep very aware that you don't spend too much money or overindulge in things or take on too much excitement, because that might tip you over the edge. On the 24th is a full moon. This full moon is in your fellow air sign of Aquarius, so you'll benefit from this, and it's also at 1 degree, so it's a very powerful full moon. It's also in your 9th house. The 9th house is about you haven't had enough of mundane things and you now want some fun, you want some adventure. Your ruler Mercury makes a positive aspect to Neptune on the same day, so this increases the desire for fun, and the party's really going to start now, and it's time for you to enjoy yourself. On the 25th though, you may need to just calm down a bit and take stock of things, because your ruler makes an opposition to Pluto, and this is a time to review what you've learned over the last few days and just investigate things, because some things that you've heard or discovered over the last few days may not be what they seem. This is an aspect that can sometimes negotiate differences within what people say, so you need to be very careful. Propaganda can be a result of this, so investigate everything you know before you go forward. On the 28th, Mars makes an opposition to Jupiter. Jupiter's in that 10th house of yours, Mars in the 3rd. So this is a day when this can be very fruitful. You can be very successful. You can be at the right place at the right time. Timing is everything. Or it could be a day when you're just a little bit too full of yourself, a little bit too important, and you need to realise that it's not all about you, and that you need to understand that others are part of this world too. Then also on that day we have Mercury making an aspect to the black moon Lilith, and there could be some strange thoughts coming through your head. There could be some thoughts that you don't really understand and you're not aware with, and they could be connected with how you feel on that day. And if there are some possessive or obsessive thoughts coming out, then you need to examine it and see where the problem's coming from. You may find it's a very frustrating day on the 29th. There's two squares, one from Venus to the North Node and one from Mars to the black moon Lilith. And this could mean that you're trying to do things on your own. It could mean that you're trying to go full ahead without having the help and guidance of others. And this is what you need to do. You can't do it all alone. And these frustrations may creep in because you're not satisfied with what you're doing. So this is telling you that you need to get help and guidance from others. The last aspect of the month on the 31st is one that can really help you to develop your full potential. The Sun makes positive aspect to the North Node. If you've taken notice and you've enlisted the help of others and you've going along that right track, someone will come along, a mentor or teacher, and further your journey so that you can realise that potential. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the review. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave me a message, I'd love to hear from you.